Hi everyone, welcome to I'm Recruiter podcast. I'm your host Prafula Deori, and today we have a very special guest, Manasa. So Manasa and I have connected quite a long back in LinkedIn, but never really got chance to connect with each other, to know each other, and but recently we connected with each other, tried to understand how we as a TA folks are related. So it looks very interesting journey of hers as well. So we thought, why can't we call Manasa to our podcast so that she can share about her journey, about her experiences to our audience. So welcome, Manasa. So why don't you quickly introduce yourself?
Sure. Hey, hi, Praful. Firstly, thanks for making me part of your podcast series. I happen to watch your previous podcasts, and they are amazing. And the kind of contributions you're doing for I'm Recruiter community is just fantastic. I know it requires a lot of effort and courage to do something like this. So I think you're doing just amazing job.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you so much for inviting me.
My pleasure.
Yeah, now diving into the details, I'm Manasa K, and I'm working as a lead talent advisor for Opentext, and I'm from Hyderabad.
Awesome, awesome. So, can you tell me your day-to-day work look like? How is your day-to-day professional work look like? What you do as a recruiter or as a lead advisor?
Okay, I log in at 8:30. Okay, so that's our login time. So initially, I'll just focus on my inbox. Initially, I'll see what are the priority. I'll prioritize my work, and accordingly, I will just respond to it. And if there are some meetings, I'll attend to it, and I'll do a little bit of sourcing if required. And also at the parallel, I'll also have some stakeholder meetings, and where I need to educate them about the process or talk about some exceptional cases, challenges, and things like that. And yeah, sharing some thoughts with the fellow colleagues, good, bad, and all those things. And yeah, that's how my day looks like. Yeah.
So, currently you are working from office or working remotely?
It's a hybrid model.
Okay,
Just 3 days in
perfect.
a week we go to office. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So currently, even we go to office on Monday, and I feel so good meeting our colleagues. So small talks during the tea breaks and coffee breaks and all, right? Which is very much required, I would say, right?
True. Yeah. Yeah.
Because sometimes it's very difficult to connect with people in virtual world, right? But when we have people in office, we can directly reach out to, hey, can we go for a tea break? Can you go for a
Yeah.
coffee break? I need to share something. Those
I
small talks are
agree.
very important, right?
True. True.
Great, great, great. So, Manasa, before we move ahead, right, can you also tell a little bit about your background, right? Are you born and brought up in Hyderabad? Then, what's your education background, and why did you start your journey in recruitment, especially?
Yeah, I'm an MBA graduate, and I'm born and brought up in Andhra Pradesh. And later, I got married to my husband. So then I shifted to Hyderabad. In MBA, my major stream was into HR. So I always passionated towards human resources. That's how I got into this. But then initially, I want to get into the HR generalistic profile.
Okay,
Right?
okay,
It's more into operations, HR operations, and all those things. But later, being a fresher, it I find it so difficult to get an opportunity on the HR
yeah,
generalistic. And I thought I gradually, okay, let me take up this talent acquisition opportunity, and gradually I can move it. But slowly, I got passionate to talent acquisition, and so that's how I started my journey in 2010 with a
okay,
consultancy as a recruiter. So I've been there for 6 months, and I used to serve for the external clients on the different technologies. So later, I got an opportunity from Oracle. So for a recruitment coordinator role. and I was there for close to 4 years. And I also parallelly used to work, cater other things also in recruitments, like sourcing whenever I have a bandwidth, and also coordinating drives and interacting with the hiring managers, coordinating the interviews, doing reports and all those things. And later then I got an opportunity from a firm called Minds as a for a recruiter role.
Okay.
So it's an end-to-end recruitment role. So where I used to cater internal and external clients on various technologies. I've been there for close to 1.5 year. So after that, I have to take a break due to
Okay.
personal reasons for 8 months. And then I got opportunity from Opentext for a recruiter role.
Okay.
So I joined them in 2016 as a
Okay.
recruiter, and I've been with them for 2021. So later I got opportunity from IBM Labs for
Okay.
a talent acquisition role, and I've been there for 1 year. So, but OpenText people reached out to me for another opportunity, different opportunities. That's how I have been rehired in OpenText now in 2022. Yeah.
Okay. So coming back to Opentext, right? How was your feeling? Like, is it coming back to home? Like, do you
Yeah,
already have you known
it's
people around?
you don't believe the I when I rehired, so I immediately jumped into the work. So I need not to. I mean, the same old stakeholders, and
Yes.
they were
Yes. Yes.
happy that I'm back.
Okay.
And so immediately I started in work, and they're happy with the work and things like yeah.
Great, great, great. So even when I started my journey as a in consulting firm. So what do you think, right? Like those days in consulting firm were useful in your career where you are today, because some of the other things we have learned in those consulting, what's your thought, right? Is it useful for all the aspiring recruiter who wanted to become a recruiter? Is it good for them to join a consulting firm, then grow gradually to different organization?
So, work, I mean, when you start your career with a consultancy and when you start your career with a corporate directly, it's completely different.
Yes.
Because in consultancy, you don't have, I mean, I think in consultancy, you will have people teaching you to do things, how to do this, and you can ask questions. And if you're stuck somewhere, you always have people to help you. And also you will work with different set of clients. For example, I'm working for clients, so each client is unique, okay, and
Yes.
each requirement is different. So yeah, it's always good. I think once you get into corporate as in starter, I think things would be completely different. No one
Yes.
will handhold you and teach you this is A, this is B. No, you have to figure it out. So that's completely different. So it's nice to start with two both are two different things. But
Yes.
then so I think it's good to start with a consultancy, because people who started their journey with consultancy have a different mindset. I think they has been a transactional recruiter. Post they got into corporate, they transformed themselves into a strategic advisor.
Yes. Yes. Totally agree. Even like initially we should all know about the basics, right? So once we know the basic, then we can go to the advanced stage. Great.
True.
So again, like when you moved to from consulting to Oracle, how was your journey there? What you learned? What kind of challenges you had?
So yeah, Oracle. I mentioned. So I told that I started as a recruiter for a consultancy, right? Called
Yeah.
Minfi.
Yeah.
But then there I used to do calling, sourcing, scheduling interviews, and talking to the clients and coordination. All these things, typical recruiter role. But then when I joined Oracle, it's a different role altogether.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And I was expecting that they will teach me.
Okay.
So they will teach me this is A, this is B, and you have to do this. And no, nothing like that. Day one, they gave me the laptop and everything. They gave me some work. Then asked me to do. I was like, and it's a good experience. Now, if I think, so it's a good experience. It's a good lesson. So end of the day, you have to learn things by yourself. No one will be
Yes.
there for you. That's a lesson for me actually in corporate. So, but gradually, initially, I did face a lot of struggle, okay, at
Okay.
Oracle. But gradually, I did picked up the things, and I started observing my seniors and other people how they are doing, and yeah. So 4 years, it's an amazing journey in Oracle. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So when you started as a recruiter, then moved to a coordinator role, like then gradually move to again like the recruitment, right? So what kind of learning you had? Uh, was there any moment of time you felt that, hey, I was recruiter and now I'm just doing this kind of work, I'm not kind of happy with my work or so, but how did you mold your mindset at that particular time of frame?
So the moment I got from Oracle, the brand that
Yes.
attracted me, and I'm
Yes.
going to corporate, big corporate, and it's one of the
Yes.
largest companies, that motivated me. And
Okay.
once I
Okay.
got into there, so slowly, gradually, I felt what I'm doing. So I always passionate about talking to candidates, sourcing profiles, working on new technologies, interacting with the business. Because in a coordinator role, you will have certain limitations. You
Yes.
don't
Yes.
have that freedom like a recruiter that you can interact with everybody whenever you want. No, right, they'll have certain
Yes. Yes.
limitations.
Yes. Yes.
So
Everyone.
somewhere I used to work, and I used to do my job, but somewhere in my heart, like, oh, I'm not doing the right thing. This is not my cup of tea. So that's how I started. I used to ask people, my seniors, do you need any help in sourcing? Because I don't want to lose that sourcing touch and all.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
used to give me some requirements, or they used to source and give me profiles. So I used to talk to people saying that, hey, I'm calling so and so, and this is the opportunity. So yeah, like that, I just kept myself warm. So yeah.
Great, great. So the reason why I ask this question is because many of time we connect with lots of different coordinators, right? So many of the coordinators want to move to recruiter or a sourcer role, right? And you have been there in that
Yeah,
particular school, right? So you know how to do that. So that's the reason I tried to uh,
got it.
get some unfiltered answer from you, right? How we can move. So all the aspiring sourcer or recruiter who are currently as a coordinator, you can go observe things what different recruiters are doing, what different people are doing, try to learn from those. And whenever you get opportunity like Manasa did, talk to the recruiters, ask them work, right? Make good relationship so that people trust you. And once you have the trust, once you are doing the work, then boom, you can move to the next role.
True. Yeah.
Great. So post Oracle, you moved to I think Opentext only, right? And you stayed
Post Oracle, I moved to InnoMinds, which is
InnoMind.
into
Yes,
outsourcing.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes. So how was your journey there in InnoMind? And
To
what made
be
you leave Oracle and join an unknown brand compared to a bigger brand?
uh, yes. Uh, In fact, I did get an opportunity while I was looking out. But again, those are contract roles. And in fact, in Oracle, I was working as a contract for
Okay,
all the 4 years, and I don't want to land in another contract job.
okay,
So that's the reason, though it is a small firm. But then my role has been, it's a 360 degrees view and
yes,
growth and everything, and that's the reason that motivated me, in fact. So many of my colleagues or friends suggested me, why are you going to such a small firm, from Oracle to everyone, your spike should be, your graph should be upwards, not the downwards. So but then somewhere, I don't want to take up another contract role, though
yep,
I got another opportunity from one of the big company. So then I joined Minds, which is they're into outsourcing, project outsourcing.
yes,
So they
yes,
have internal and external clients as well. So they're actually, it's a target based again, okay, and it was a challenging environment for me. working with internal and external clients and different set of technologies. Okay. And the environment is completely different.
Yeah.
You've been 4 years in a corporate, and you just jumped into an consultancy kind of environment, and it is really tough for you. I initially struggled a lot.
Okay.
It
Okay.
actually mentally, and mentally also, it took me a toll, actually, in fact, to be
Okay.
frank.
Okay.
But gradually, somehow, sharing my views and thoughts with my fellow colleagues and all, so gradually I picked up. But then I have to come out of it due to some personal reason. Yeah.
Okay, okay, great. So, two things which I learned personally from this conversation is, right, whenever we are from a consulting work corporate, uh, most of the companies look for contractor to hire, right? So even myself, right, when I joined a consulting, then gradually moved to a company. So even I picked up a contractor role, right? So for all the viewers, all the audience, all the TA folks, if you're starting your career, don't think that it's a contract role or it's a full-time role. If you're getting a good opportunity, just grab it. We all have done that. Even Manasa, me, everyone, right? And other thing what I have learned, Manasa, from this conversation was, even though we are in the peak of the career, sometimes we have to take certain back step to take longer jump,
True.
right? So
True.
from Oracle to InnoMind to your current organization, Opentext, again, those back steps are required sometime, right? You have to.
True, true. It really helped me, to be frank. Not sure where I would have been if I would have selected the other opportunity which I got from a big employer for a contract role. But then, Minds, Opentext, consulting fee, and all this added really and value added to my profile, and it gave me a lot of experience. So yeah, it really helped me.
Yep. And I think somehow the other way it made you more strong personality, right?
True, true.
Even though sometimes you felt like you are going through a toll, right? Going through lots of cultural change, right? But you are getting the exposure of working in a vast environment, right? So you can work with a good culture as well as like tough culture as well, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that made what Manasa is today as a strong recruiter. Great.
Thank
So
you.
now moving back to your next organization, Opentext, you joined in 2016. So how did you get the call, and like how was the journey so far? And definitely you were a boomerang as well. So what made you stay so long in Opentext?
Yeah, open text opportunity. Yeah, it's a memorable, journey. And so I initially got a call, and they asked me to come down for an in-person interview. So I've been there. They gave me the sourcing exam and all those things. And I met the recruiter who called me, and they informed me that I'll have another call with the manager in UK. So I got a call, that is done, and they told that I'll have another call, the final call with the managing director in
Okay.
Hyderabad.
Okay.
So uh, yes, so then the pause has come in, and suddenly the
Okay.
recruiter called me and said that the position is on hold. Sorry, we are not sure when it will be active. No, I was like, yeah, I was upset and disappointed, and I was parallelly looking for other opportunities as well. And after close to a month or so, I suddenly got a call from the same recruiter saying that we would like to, consider your profile, take your profile ahead, and as the final round is pending with the managing director, can you come down? So I've been there, and I had a discussion with the managing director, and they offered me a contractor role initially. So we were close to 5-member team when I
Okay.
joined in 2016 in
Okay.
OpenText. And it's a small team. I used to have 4 leads, and me and my other colleague were juniors in the team, and we used to have a lot of fun. Fun at work is a true example I experienced in my initial years of my open at
Yes.
Opentext. So we used to work and we used to have fun. We used to pull each other legs, and at times the manager used to join our conversations. So it was really fun. And after 1.5 year, so I've been promoted as a full time employee.
Okay.
So with Opentext, and right now, initially, I used to take care of a professional services entity, which is nothing but the consulting entity of
Yes.
Opentext. And whenever I used to have bandwidth, I also used to support the R&D entity. So majorly, but my experience was into the product hiring. So
Okay.
Opentext is into ECM space, and they have
Yes.
we have our own products into ECM, and that's how. And but later the management got changed in 2018, if I'm not wrong. The dynamics got changed all of a sudden, and the team got expanded. We have grown big in Hyderabad and Bangalore as well, and yeah, it's
Okay.
going good.
Great. So again, like one good point you mentioned about like even though we are a recruiters, many candidates generally think that uh, we we kind of don't update them during the interview, or uh, there is a pause in between. It's
Yeah,
not uh, an individual call, right? It's an organization call. Even
true,
we are a recruiters, we face the similar situation.
true,
Example wise, Manasa have said her experiences, right? So at the time, we don't try to ghost you. Many people tell that like recruiter are just ghosting the candidates and
true,
all. uh, we just try to wait so that we get some update from our management so that we can provide you some positive response. We as an individual always want to connect with you, help you, but sometimes the environment is such that we don't have the answer or the clue, and we don't know what to talk or how to respond to our
right,
candidates as well.
right, right.
Great. So lovely talking to you so far. It's an interesting call. Uh,
Yeah.
so moving to the next question, right? So you have almost a great experience so far. So why did you like again like left open text? Because you mentioned that the culture is good, like the you have a great team, the team was growing. What made you leave the organization at the time and join IBM?
So I got a better opportunity because I mean, as they say, so you have to keep yourself challenging.
Yes,
So
yes,
come out of the comfort zone, right? So
yes,
exactly, I was in the comfort zone and I want to come out of it, take something challenging. I think I did mention to you when over a call also. I would like to try things. I'm least worried about the results. I should
yeah,
not feel regret tomorrow. Oh, I haven't tried this. So something like that. I have taken it. IBM is an ocean. It's a big
yes,
company.
yes.
So really, that 1 year has been it's been a great journey for me, and I did work with some amazing managers, and they were very supportive, recruiter friendly. I did work on a lot of new technologies, which I haven't worked at Opentext for last 4 years or where. So though I'm a newcomer, they gave me an opportunity. So that time when I joined IBM, they were building their business unit in tier 2 city, which is
Okay,
Ahmedabad,
okay,
um, for ecosystems.
okay,
Ecosystems is a business unit, and and that's how they hired me for that project. So it was good. It really helped me to really self assess myself, what is my strength and what are my weaknesses, and all those things. It really, that 1 year really helped me. So that's the reason, I thought definitely there will be some learning or some experience for me, and that's the reason I took up that opportunity.
okay. Great, great response. So definitely, many of us feel that we are sometimes stuck with our organization or with our particular role, or we are too much comfortable, right? So what made you realize that you were in your comfort zone, and what triggered you to go to more challenging opportunity to challenge yourself?
Comfort zone, you're doing the same job every day. So you're meeting the same stakeholder. You're working on the same technologies, and you are able to achieve your targets. You don't see any challenging thing coming in, and you know the entire environment, culture of your company. So I mean, I think that triggered me that I'm just now comfort and I have to move out of here or look something new which I haven't done earlier, or take up something new, experiment something. So yeah,
Okay, okay, great. And so you joined IBM, and post that you came back to Opentext. And what made you come back to Opentext?
I think the opportunity definitely,
Okay,
uh, the opportunity and also the environment, because it's not a new environment. It's like coming
yeah,
back to home, as you mentioned. So, so I felt like, and people were like, "Oh, so you took 1 year break and you're just joining back, rejoining back." It's like that. That was a response from our colleagues. And so even I got a warm welcome from my stakeholders as well. So now I'm taking care of business unit cloud ops for Hyderabad and Bangalore locations, and also parallelly I do work on a couple of other business units based on the bandwidth. So
awesome,
yeah.
awesome, great. So we have spoken much about different companies, how you have grown, and all those things. So now, little bit, let's know who Manasa really is, right? So, what you love to do when you are not working, Manasa? What is your passion apart from working or recruiting?
I like singing. I like
Okay,
music. I
awesome.
listen to music, and also I like dance. And I'm a fitness into. So I like trying different workouts, and also at the same time health conscious.
Okay,
So I like trying different recipes. Or yeah, I keep experimenting. So
great, great, great. So, have you also participated in different singing competition within organization, or have you
yeah.
sang anywhere? Or
I have done that in Opentext in the initial years. For We have this CKO Opentext kickoff every year.
yes,
So I did participate twice with my colleague.
okay,
Yeah, the response was amazing. Yeah,
okay,
but
and
later I couldn't able to. Yeah.
yes, later on we have lots of different responsibilities and other things, right? Okay,
Yeah.
you mentioned about like the health and the fitness and all. So why do you think health or fitness is important these days, Mansa?
Oh my God, that is the first priority, if you ask me. So, if you want to achieve something, you should be fit. You should be fit and healthy, mentally and physically as well. I think that stands first for me, anything else than anything else. And I give utmost priority to my health. So, right from eating, working out, all the I do a couple of breathing exercises. Mentally,
Okay.
also I keep myself energized. So yeah, it's important for everybody.
Yes, yes, yes. And was there any moment of your life when you realized that, hey, fitness is very important, mental health is very important? Is there any trigger point in your life which made you so much conscious? Can we talk a little bit about that?
Sure, definitely. That's post my delivery. Okay,
Okay,
so I've been diagnosed by thyroid.
okay,
Thyroid, right?
yes, yes,
So then I was like, I used to be overweight, and and it did hit me mentally as well. I used to be sick all the time, and always I used to think negatively, curse me. Oh my God. I don't want to talk about the negative things though, but then that slowly started. One day I felt like, no, I have to do something, so I have to be fit. So if I have to achieve anything, because I have a lot of commitments and goals, so if I
Yep.
have to achieve them and do them, I have to be fit. And that's how I started my fitness journey in 2017.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, started going to gym every day, and I did try a couple of workouts, different workouts like Zumba,
Okay.
yoga, and regular cardio, and all those things. Dance, little bit of dance, and breathing exercises, and yeah,
So which one you like the most
I
out of?
like cardio and Zumba.
Okay, okay, okay. And I have tried once. Zumba needs lots and lots of energy, right?
Yes, yes, yes. True.
Okay, definitely. You have mentioned about like if you are fit. First of all, health is well for everyone, and
Yeah,
if you want to be successful, definitely you have to be fit from inside out. You have to be fit
true.
mentally as well, and no one can motivate you. It's you who have to motivate. Example wise, you can see Mansa, right? Uh, when someone self realize, it's you from internally who wants to do different things, right? So great, thank you for sharing, Mansa. uh, and on weekends, what you generally do?
To be honest,
Yes.
weekends are lazy for me all. So I just go for on weekends. I do more workout because
Okay.
usually I just do for 60 minutes or 45 minutes. In weekends, I make sure I do for at least 2 hours.
Okay.
Okay. And also on Saturdays, especially, I become spiritual. Okay. I
Okay.
go to temple and all. So I like to try some different cuisines or recipes. I like to cook, and also my boy, he comes up with some or other demand. Mama, I
Okay.
want that. I saw that you cook me. So all those things happen. So you take me there and all those things. Yeah, and also I do a little bit of art related things also to relax myself. I started doing that during COVID. So
Okay.
I bought a mandala book, if you know the mandala art.
Yes, 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 yes.
So I got it from Amazon. So I just doing that, and during COVID also I started reading books. Okay, so I completed successfully this book by sorry, I forgot his name. The author, a monk who sold his Ferrari was the book.
Okay.
It is an
Okay. Okay.
amazing book. So I really liked it, and so I bought another book by the same author, the 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. So
Okay.
I just started it off. So I don't know when I'll complete. So yeah, so yeah,
The reason why I try to ask, because many of us, me personally, right, I have uh, initially when I was quite young, I was quite active with gym and exercise and all. But gradually, when we started going to colleges and universities and all, then start on the job, we focus so much on job, we tend to forget our own health.
true.
So even after job, I registered multiple times on different gym and other things, but some or the other things I'm not able to cope up. But definitely hearing you, I believe that we should focus on mentally and physically. We have to be fit, right?
Yeah,
Fit.
yeah. In fact, I used to run. I used to participate in the 5K runs and all. But
Okay.
then during COVID, so I stopped it and I have to restart it again. So,
Okay, okay, great. But whenever I feel that same like you, whenever I feel that I'm getting overweight or things are not, some things are not happening good also, so I go for a long and long walk. So which make me realize, think through the details, like which is good, which is bad, and it make me calm and compose as
true.
well. And even I on weekend, I also a kind of a spiritual person, and whenever time we have a Sai Mandir nearby, so me and
Oh,
my wife we go there and spend some time. And my wife, she cook good food,
oh,
so we try good. some different foods as well. So you
Right.
mentioned about cooking, right? So what kind of different foods you experiment or cook?
Mostly, I like to cook everything. Mostly the South Indian, typical South Indian food. And apart from that, when it comes to healthy thing, so I don't like to be in a kitchen for so long. I want the recipe to be yummy and the
Okay.
process should be minimal. Uh,
Okay.
okay, so it's more like I like it's mostly saute and steamed or raw. My food
Okay.
will be like that. So,
And that's
smoothies
the
and all
healthy
those
way of
things.
eating as well, right?
So,
Great. So moving to our next set of question, right? Apart about your experiences, career journey, right? So everyone have some good experiences as well as some learning experiences, right? I would not say bad experience. Every moment we have some or the other learning,
right,
right? So
right.
can you share some of your experiences as well? Is there any moment in your life where you felt that you are kind of lost, you don't know what to do, and how did you overcome yourself?
Yeah. So I think, yeah, I can share once incident that happened to me when I was with Oracle. So as I mentioned, from a recruiter role to I joined as a coordinator. So on the day one, they just gave me the laptop and they assigned me a work. It's more into data and reports and something like this. I have a very basic idea about the Excel and things like that. And
Okay.
I was in an assumption. It's my it's my assumption also. So I was in an assumption. Oh, people will teach me. So I'm coming with some entry level experience. They will teach me slowly. I can learn and I can just get on to the work, something like that. But that's wrong. So they just gave me work and they asked me to do. I don't know what to do. And as I mentioned, I came from small pond to big pond, all big ocean all of a sudden. So that itself is I was like, and I used to make a lot of mistakes initially. I used to in the reporting and when gathering the data from the recruiters and all those things, I used to make a lot of mistakes. So the manager, he once called me and he did explain me a couple of times, you are supposed to do this, do that, you like that. But still I was like, as I mentioned, that was later I found that is not my cup of tea later time. So but then so he actually screamed at me saying that you are making my life miserable. I still remember that sentence. You are making my life miserable, Manasa. So I cried a lot that day. I cried very badly. And I did share this with my friends and a couple of people, saying that I don't know what to do, why things are not working out with me, why I'm doing this. Did I really make a wrong decision or something like that? And I was like, and so but then gradually so later I realized that I have to prove now, I have to prove myself. Okay, so then I started focusing more on the work. Okay, learning things, asking people, go to my seniors, asking if I have any query, how to do the things and things like that. And he's the manager who appreciated me in front of every in the team meeting. So yeah, that's and yeah, that's
Good one,
one
I
of
would
the
say. Like,
situation. I can't forget it. I
okay,
can't forget
okay.
it. Yeah,
And definitely, every moment is a learning opportunity, right? And everyone face some or the other challenges in their life, and it's you who decide how you want to take it ahead, right?
true.
In your case, like, you thought that, like, definitely you cried, which is good enough, but it also realized that how you can prove yourself, right? And you plan things accordingly, you work towards it, you focused on your work, you reach out to your seniors, and finally you got the appreciation what you needed, right? So
Yeah,
for all the audience, right, everyone some or the other way go through the similar journey, right? we
True.
we sometimes get good manager, we sometimes get a not so good manager, right? uh, Definitely we sometimes don't know what to do, right? We try to focus on ourselves. Again, like I have read somewhere that like in certain way we don't have control of everything. The control which we have is on our own work, on our
Right.
own life, how one we want to take it ahead. Great, awesome, great experience though. So moving to our next, sorry, but before that, I have one follow-up question to ask,
Okay.
right? So now, since you have grown in recruiting, uh, do you regret that you were not part of HR journalist and now you are a lead recruiter? What do you think?
No, now I don't feel that because now I see people. I mean, I closely work with the HR ops people and journalistic people, the kind of work they do and all. So, no, I don't feel regret.
Okay, okay. So do you think the decision which you have made to come to a
Yes,
TA
I'm
role was
enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it, and at the same time, I have some bad days and I have some good days as well, and I have
yes,
some great memories from my candidates also. So I'm just enjoying it. I think this is the
yes.
right decision I have made.
Yes, yes. And everyone have some good days and bad days, right? It's part and parcel of our life. Life
True.
is the same, right? Not everyone will go on a straight path, right? If your
Yeah.
life means it will go ups and downs. Great. So any tips or suggestion you want to give to our fellow recruiters or sourcer or coordinators, how to be successful in what you are doing?
Okay. So don't overcommit. Don't go with the assumptions. Okay. Do proper research and gather the information. Observe your seniors. Talk to people. Expand your network. And so thorough, just be thorough with the basics, which are so important. So because at times I see recruiters now also, when you just give the requirement, they just only look for the skill set. The least bothered what really the resource, I mean, the JD is asking for. They only look for if it is Java, okay, what are the skill sets in Java? Okay, Java development. I mean, they just directly jump into the sourcing portal and they just give the skill set. They get some resumes, they talk and close. And it's a typical transactional recruiter
Yeah,
job you're
yeah,
just doing.
yeah.
So if you want to evolve yourself into a strategic advisor, I think you should be able to decode the JD. So that's how, and you should ask the questions to the hiring manager or your management or your seniors. So just start exploring the tools, and we have a lot of content on the web. Read, share your thoughts with people, views with people. So yeah, these are the some of the tips.
Okay. So, like, again, like, I wanted to ask you one more question here is like, uh, so there are transactional recruiters, and you mentioned about like the advisor, T advisors as well. So, what the difference exactly you mean by transactional recruiters and the T advisors? What is the difference, and how one can evolve from transactional recruiter to a advisor?
I think you did ask the same question on LinkedIn other day.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. So I think, in fact, we all started as in transactional recruiters,
True,
Praful,
very
but
true.
then gradually we transformed ourselves into a strategic advisor. So I think it's up to the particular recruiter. They want to remain as a transactional recruiter, it's up to them. See, transactional job is something like you get in work from your seniors and you just do the job. That's all. You don't put your brain there, you don't analyze things, and you don't ask questions. And that's all. When it comes to strategic advisor, so you start analyzing things. You start analyzing things and you will have a plan for everything, and also you will educate people around you, like your hiring managers or your colleagues or your management. You start exploring the tools or hacks or tips, and to get the best resume. And also you read lot, content, and also it's good to follow. And now we have a lot of people on LinkedIn, a lot of great trainers, professionals. They talk, they share their amazing tips. Just go follow them, just read their articles, read their post, try doing something new. So these are the few things, and following the process management and coming up with some new initiatives, best practices, which can really make your work efficient, enhance your work. So these are the few steps that one can just evolve to become an advisor.
Yes. And will it take will it can it be happen in just one day, or it will take certain period of time to move from like the transactional recruiter to a strategic advisor?
It's a process. It's not that, oh, I read this post and I'm using his hack, or no, it doesn't work like that. It's a continuous process. And so you have to keep upskilling yourself daily, and that is a major thing. And communicate with people. So that is another thing, exploring things. And so it's a continuous process. It's not that you can just do that in one day or one week. So it's a process. So they, as they say, slow steady win the race.
Yes, totally agree. Totally agree. Great answer. Okay, so any tips you want to share for the candidates? Because we, as a recruiter, we keep dealing with multiple different sets of people, different sets of candidates. Like any advice or any suggestion you have for candidates, how can they can crack interviews, or how, because now since the market is up and down, right? I think there are lots of opportunity even though people are not getting called, right? What's your advice on that for the candidates?
The first thing is, tailor your resume, okay, and don't make it a book. Keep it simple. Don't use big jargons. I think the other day I did happen to watch your podcast on the resume
Yes,
writing. I think they all covered the right points.
yes, yes,
So I think resume is the first thing first. They always say first impression is the best impression. So
yes,
it's
yes.
like that. And also do research about the opportunity and the company, and connect with the people in the particular company. Talk to them, and ask them to refer you. And also, yeah, expand your network. So those are the few advices. And also, please be reachable. Yeah.
Yep. And I think your network is your worth, uh, kind of, right? Because like these days, everything depends on the network, right?
True.
Great. So moving to our next hot topic, which is AI in recruitment. Uh, so what do you think about AI evolution in recruitment, and how do you see the market trending?
I think recruitment in AI, I think we are evolving recruitment industry with AI. I think we see a lot of tools in AI in every at every stage, like from the sourcing, screening the resumes, interviewing, coordination, data analytics, and all those things. So I think including AI at work will definitely enhance the productivity. And so I think I don't see AI as an enemy. So I think one should start, they should go as per the trend, they say, right? You should go as
Yes.
per the trend. And now it's all about tools, technologies. And if you're not using the tools, and you will be just behind. So you start using tools and explore tools, and we have many sourcing AI tools. So just start utilizing them.
Okay. I just wanted to relate what Manasa have told with the previous question, which is like the transactional recruiter who just jump into sharing the resumes and closing the things, right? So if you are doing the same monotonous work, if you are doing the same repetitive work and you are not learning the new technology, then you will be left behind, right? The market is evolving so much with lots of different tools and technologies, and lots of different practices and all those things. So we have to keep evolve with the market, and that way we can be more good advisor to our business as well, because we know what's happening in the market. And if you just focus on one thing and you don't focus on other things, definitely you will lag behind, right? So advice to all the recruiters friend, and colleagues and all those aspiring recruiters, just to follow the trend, keep learning new things, right? Learning is always good for ourselves. Great, great answer, Manasa. So, moving to our next question regarding the industry trend, right? So, uh, post COVID, like there were lots of demand in terms of hiring, in terms of growth, in terms of opportunity wise. But suddenly we saw that there is a huge dip in terms of requirement, in terms of hiring, in terms of growth as well, right? But what's your take? Uh, what kind of trend you are currently seeing? Are we going back, or are we still on the same page, or are we going down? What you think as a recruiter? What you have seen different things in the market?
Okay, I think we're definitely not going down. So I think I mean, the market is slowly picking up. And when you ask me particular to recruitment, you see tons of opportunities in recruitment. So earlier, it's only recruiter. When we started our journey, it's only recruiter. You hardly hear recruiter or a coordinator. But now
Yeah,
you see different titles. Now everything has been categorized in recruitments, like sourcing manager or candidate manager, stakeholder manager, or TA specialist. And there are a lot many new titles, and they have divided, bifurcated the work within recruitments. So I think we are evolving as per the trend and as per the market. And I think in future we are also going to see a lot more opportunities in recruitments.
awesome. Great answer. So, related question I have, Manasa. So, initially, most of the business think that TA folks are just folks to fill a role, right? So now, if you have like mentioned about in TA is also evolving into lots of different things like sources, stakeholder manager, lots of different things as well. Researchers, in one of my previous podcasts we
Yeah.
discussed about, right? So again, like advisor is one of the other things which you have also mentioned. So we as an TA functions are doing lots of different things. So do you still think that like we have evolved as an organization, because currently still in some organization what we have seen that uh, still TA are treated as just to fill the roles, right?
True.
Do you think that is the right way for the organization as well? Those organization, do you think will evolve fast compared to other one?
Um, I completely agree with you. There are few, not organizations, not all and few managers, few
Yeah,
hiring managers. Uh, Being in support function, they always take you for granted.
yeah,
Okay. So they're least bothered, and you always have a communication gap with them, and they're least bothered to inform you certain things, and they're least bothered to know what's market, and they are least bothered to have any information related to the market or candidate, how the candidates are evolving, and how the market is, and how the compensation structure is changing, and all those things. They just think, oh, this TA, they just go into a portal, they just give a key set, keywords, and they just get resumes, they call and they hire. That's all they're going to do. What is the big deal in that? So it's like that we do have such managers today, so
Yeah.
we can't do anything. So it's self realization, they say, right? So they have to realize by looking into other people, and so going through certain sites like LinkedIn. And so now LinkedIn, you see a lot of content has been shared on various topics, not only on recruitments, cultural fit and diversity, and compensation, a lot of other things. So for all those managers, I urge them to go and read, not only on LinkedIn. We have a lot of content on the web to get awareness, and please start treating us with some respect.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
all I
Yep.
would say.
And just wanted your opinion, right? We have in HR also, we have HRBP, we have compensation band, we have talent branding, we have TA folks, right? So do you think business should also we as a TA functions are trying to evolve to be an advisor, strategic advisor, but do you think business also need to evolve so that we can partner in both the way? Because many of time the business forget to invite us to their table, right, as a strategic partner. Do you think we should get those kind of invitation from the business so that we can partner well?
Definitely. That's how you can evolve as in a strategic advisor. So strategic advisor is, it's not about only filling the positions. You should be able to educate your business about the process, and you should ensure that you are there for them. And and building the trust is one of the important thing. And so you should. I mean, for me, there are few recruiter friendly managers and there are non recruiter friendly managers. That's how I bifurcate it. So we can't help them, though you want to educate them and tell them certain things, they're not ready to listen.
Yes.
So as I mentioned, self realization is the only the answer for them. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. But again, like the reason why I see that, like many of times we TA folks try our best to support the business, but the business is not supporting, we can't do anything, right? It's let's say example of a car where your one wheel is punctured, right, and
Yeah.
the other wheel is going on super fast speed, but the car will not go in its optimal
True.
speed, right? So we both have to dependent on each other, we have to rely on each other, then we can move
We
faster.
just forget that. So it's not a, I mean, hiring a candidate is not our personal goal, or neither is the
Yeah.
recruiter personal
Yeah.
goal, not the hiring manager. It's a company's goal. We
Yes.
should work hand in hand to achieve the company's goal. So we are working for we both are working for company. So that awareness and that mindset the hiring manager should have. I touchwood, I really worked with some amazing managers, so who respects and who listen to you, who trust you, and who just give an opportunity, that space to do things. So, and I also worked with other managers as well. Yeah.
We all have some or
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other way.
yeah, yeah.
We can't do anything there.
True.
Okay, so moving to our next question regarding diversity, right? Again, like every organization is focusing on diversity, equity, inclusion. Uh, so what's your take on diversity? And as a country, as an organization in India, right? How do you see the evolve organization, or how do you see the transaction in terms of diversity is moving around?
I think from past, if I'm not wrong, 5 6 years, companies started focusing more on the diversity. If I'm not wrong, that's pre COVID. They started this diversity hiring and all. But there is a notion that most people think that diversity is all about women. No,
Yeah.
it's not about women. It's about women. At the same time,
Yes.
there are lots
Yes.
of other characteristics
Lots of
like
other things
age,
as well, right?
gender,
Yeah.
socioeconomic status, and cultural background, religion, and a lot of other things. So adding diversity to your hiring definitely enhances and it resolves a lot of problems, especially when you're hiring certain roles. And also, diversity hiring brings a lot of different views and different. It also helps you to make better decision making to the table. Yeah.
Great, great. Okay, so one fun fact now. So let's say if you retired in certain age, so post retirement, what you are going to do and what's the plan?
Okay. So I just I like getting into spirituality.
Okay,
So yeah, I have plans. So that's
okay.
my plan. I don't know what got what's there for me, but then that's my plan. Yeah.
So if I can ask a little bit more, since you mentioned a couple of times about spiritual, about
Mm.
uh, visiting temples and all. So which god uh, you follow and like what you do?
Okay.
Little bit you can take tell our audience.
So I like all the gods. I'm not biased to anybody, but then my favorite is Datta,
Okay.
Guru Datta, and Hanuman. Yeah.
Okay, okay. If you can, personally, I'm not familiar with the name of God you have mentioned. If you can, little bit Hanuman, I do understand. I do know, and I also whenever get time, I go to his temple as well, right? But the other God, I'm not familiar with.
They
Pardon
call
me.
Dattatreya.
Okay,
Dattatreya.
okay,
He's the incarnation from Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. So yeah.
okay, okay, okay. Three of them together.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, great. But good to know that you are a spiritual person, Mansa. And whenever I get time, even I feel that I'm a spiritual person as well. And might be because of that, we are kind of like having this good conversation. Might be great. So last question is regarding the community. Since I am recruiter is a new community in the market, right? So we are trying to build this community to uh, have a safe space for our recruiters or our TA folks across the globe, across different sector, across different domains, right? So where they can come, they can ask question, they can talk to each other, they can share their feelings without hesitation, without thinking that what other people will think. So that's the intention behind why we are creating I'm recruiter community, right? And so how do you see about I am recruiter? What any advice, any suggestion, how we can grow together?
Um, I think the way you have organized it and the way the contributions are happening is amazing. I know there is a meetup also coming in Bangalore in the end of this month. That's great. Hoping to see you in Hyderabad as well. We would like to meet you in person soon. So yeah, I think you're already. This podcast really helps. I have gone through a couple of podcasts, and people who are want to get into recruitment or aspiring recruiters. I urge them to go through this podcast. It has a lot of insightful information, and also apart from that, I think. Mostly now people with the junior folks, they would like to know more about the sourcing related tips, tricks, and
Okay,
how to handle the stakeholders and candidate experience and all those things, and salary negotiation, compensation, and all those. So if you can just bring those content also, that would be good.
awesome, awesome, great. So thank you so much, Manasa. It was a very interesting conversation with you, and I know it's a holiday for you, but spite of that, you have taken out some time for I am recruiter and for the podcast. So thank you so much, and lovely talking to you, and looking forward for more insightful discussion in future with you.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be part of it, Prafula. And this is something I'm doing for the first time. I was a little nervous and at the same time excited. Hope all whoever is watching, they will like our conversation, and hope they will have some takeaways from the conversation. Looking forward and wishing all the very best for the I'm Recruiter.
Thank you, Manasa. I hope you had a great experience talking to us.
True. Yeah, indeed.
Great. Thank you so much and bye. Please take care.
You too. Thank you so much. Good day. Bye.
Bye.